Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm going to do a quick review with you guys on how to add and subtract decimals. This is something that we covered towards the end of the time we were in school, but I feel like maybe we should do a couple of practice problems together just to make sure you guys have got the hang of it, okay? Now, these are the steps that we take when we're adding and subtracting decimals. We wrote these down in class, but I'm going to go ahead and take a snapshot of it and post it on Google Classroom so you guys will have that for review, okay? Now, if you remember in class, we turned our paper sideways. We did that so we would make sure to keep our numbers in line, okay? So as we do these problems, these next few problems, I'm going to turn my paper sideways, okay? So this is going to be our very first problem. 17 and 81 hundredths plus 9 and 24 hundredths. Now, the very first thing I have to do is line up those decimals, okay? So I've got two numbers. I'm going to put two decimals right here. Then I'm going to fill in my numbers, okay? And it's very important that we rotate our numbers around these decimals, and we need to make sure they're in the right place. So 17 and 81 hundredths plus 9 and 24 hundredths. So I've lined up my decimals. I have filled in my numbers. Empty places get a 0, okay? The next thing I need to do is just drop my decimal right down into my answer. Then I don't even have to worry about it anymore. Now I just add or subtract like we've been doing since first grade, okay? 1 plus 4 is 5. 8 plus 2 is 10. 9 plus 7 is 16. And our 1 is 17. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So our answer to this addition problem is 27 and 5 hundredths. Okay? My cats are making a racket. That's great. Our next problem is going to be 37 and 64 hundredths subtract 12 and 8 tenths. All right, I've got my paper turned sideways. I'm going to go ahead and line up my decimals. I have two numbers here. Two decimals. Okay, now I'm going to fill in my numbers. I have 37 and 64 hundredths subtract 12 and 8 tenths. My empty spaces get a 0. 0 is your hero. Then we're going to drop our decimal down. We don't have to think about our decimal again. We just add or subtract, okay? So 4 subtract 0 is 4. We cannot take 8 from 6, okay? So we have to go next door, get 10 more. So 16 subtract 8 is 8. 6 subtract 2 is 4. And 3 subtract 1 is 2. So the way you say this number is 24 and 84 hundredths. I'm going to do one more with you. This one is 24 plus 16.7 or 7 tenths. Okay. The very first thing I need to do is line up my decimals. Okay, but this number doesn't have a decimal. All right, so remember in class that little rhyme that we learned. If there's no decimal in sight, put it to the right. So we're going to put a decimal right there at the end of our 24. It does not change the value. It just helps us to line up our decimals, okay? So I'm lining them up. Filling in my numbers. So 24. Remember, we put that decimal there. And 16 and 7 tenths. Now our empty spaces get a 0. Then we add or subtract just like normal, okay? 0 plus 7 is 7. 4 plus 6 is 10. Oh, wait, what did I forget to do? Yep. How many of you caught my mistake? I forgot to drop my decimal down. Very important, Miss Allen. So 4 plus 6 is 10. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. So our answer to this is 40 and 7/10. All right, I hope this has been a great little review for you. Tomorrow we are going to start reviewing fractions, so please make sure that you tune in for those, okay? Get started on this week's choice board and question of the day, and I will see you tomorrow.